I'm Michael, and this is California. And as we get closer and closer to the end of summer, states are still having to renew their SNAP extensions and expansions month by month. This will likely be the case until we get a new stimulus package passed by Congress, which comes back into session in September. Unfortunately, in President Trump's most recent executive order, he did not include any provisions for SNAP or food stamp benefits. So it looks like states will be renewing their benefits month to month for the foreseeable future. So today we are going to cover what are some of the SNAP waivers that are renewed for the month of August. Now, this is your 5-minute daily dose. So let's make this quick. But before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Under a variety of the pandemic assistance bills that were passed earlier in this year in March and April, food benefits specifically for SNAP and food stamps were included in the bills to ensure that folks who are being affected by the lockdown and the pandemic would have enough food to feed themselves and their families, at least until the economy opens back up and everyone can get back on their feet. These food provisions provide additional money for SNAP beneficiaries by expanding SNAP benefit allotments. As a side note, if you want to see all the states that have extended their SNAP maximum benefits for the month of August, we have a whole other video for that. So I'll put that up so you can click on that as well. Also, they waive some of the normal eligibility barriers that SNAP agencies use to limit people from enrolling and renewing in those benefits, as well as extending their eligibility periods that people could be on SNAP before they had to renew again. Additionally, they added new programs like a PEBT program, which as of the moment has not been renewed. The first thing to keep in mind is that not all states have extended these waivers for the month of August. Some have only done it for June or July, or in some cases, not at all. And I'll leave a link down below which shows the states that have extended these waivers for each month. Okay, so first waiver that was extended into August is the extended certification period for SNAP recipients. What this means is that every month a certain portion of SNAP recipients must submit paperwork and complete an eligibility interview to continue receiving their SNAP benefits. With this waiver, SNAP offices are able to not do these interviews or collect the paperwork, which essentially means that families are deemed automatically eligible for SNAP benefits for the next month. So far, the USDA has said that August will be the last month that they will allow this extension. Although in July it did deny most states' requests for this extension, it did reinstate them later and waive it until the end of August as a result of increased states going back onto lockdown. So they will have to see if they are going to extend through September. I would imagine if things continue the way that they are going, the USDA will not have much of a choice but to continue to extend it through September. The second waiver is for the initial and renewal interviews for SNAP recipients. This is similar to the previous waiver except for SNAP recipients at least once a year, and when someone initially applies for SNAP are usually required to do an interview, either face-to-face or over the phone with a state eligibility worker. But given the huge influx of applications into SNAP because of the economic downturn and the closure of most state offices, the USDA has allowed states to waive these interview requirements through the end of August. Now, this is a big help to ensure families that needed additional food benefits can get them by allowing them to bypass most of the in-person eligibility process to enroll, cutting out some of the most time-consuming and labor-intensive steps in the process. So far, 40 states have utilized these waivers, but like the previous waiver, the USDA has said that they will not approve past August. But again, that will likely depend on the lockdown situation and any stimulus package that may get negotiated and passed in September. Obviously, these waivers are not the ones that everyone considers when they're thinking about SNAP and food stamp benefits. At the moment, those two are the pandemic EBT and the SNAP monthly benefit. This is for obvious reasons that they put money into the pockets of people. Why wouldn't that make them the most popular? But it's important to remember that these waivers of the extended certification period and waivers for the initial and renewal interviews actually may help out many more people than the max benefits and the PEBT. These practices are typically used by states to find ways to disqualify families from food benefits, even if they may actually be eligible. So by extending these waivers of the procedures, many more American families who sometimes lose their food benefits because of minor errors are being assisted. And they're able to get the food that they actually need and they're eligible for and are not being stopped by the bureaucratic red tape. Not to mention the difficulty and the hazard of trying to get into a government office at the moment. So overall, I think these benefits are not the all-star provisions that people always are looking at for SNAP and EBT, but when it comes down to it, they may end up saving a lot more people from hunger than the one-time PEBT benefits and the increased SNAP monthly allotments. This has been your 5-minute daily dose, and I hope that you found it interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Also, we here at Carelifornia, we know health insurance. So if you have any questions about your health insurance, please leave those down below. We'll be happy to make a new video or a new post as soon as we can. Now, other than that, I'm Michael, and this is Carelifornia, wishing you a happy, healthy day.